Listen closely, because this audiobook will confront the 4 things that quietly decide your entire life: your mouth, your mind, your mood, and your money. Most people lose control of these 4 forces, and they don't even realize it. They speak without thinking. They think without clarity. They react without calm. And they spend without discipline. Today, that ends. This audiobook will train you to master the 4 disciplines that separate the truly successful from everyone who keeps destroying their own future. If you want more power, more peace, more respect, and more results, you must learn to control yourself first. This is your turning point. Chapter 1. Control your mouth before it controls your life. Your mouth is the doorway to your destiny, or the trapdoor that drops you straight into chaos. And most people have no idea how much damage they do with their own words. They speak fast. They speak emotionally. They speak without thinking. And then they wonder why their relationships fall apart, why people stop respecting them, why opportunities slip through their hands. Let me tell you the truth. Your mouth is your biggest liability until you learn to control it. You've seen it. Someone says one wrong thing in a meeting and they lose the respect of the room. Someone sends one emotional text and they lose the trust of the person they care about. Someone makes one unnecessary comment and suddenly they're dealing with drama that didn't need to exist. One sentence can cost you a job. One argument can cost you a friendship. One impulsive reaction can destroy your reputation. That's how powerful your mouth is, and that's why you must control it before it controls your life. People think discipline starts in the gym. It doesn't. Real discipline starts with the tongue. Real discipline starts with mastering your reactions. Real discipline starts with the hard decision not to respond even when your ego wants to. Because here's the truth. You have a choice. Every time someone provokes you, every time someone disrespects you, every time someone tries to pull you into an argument, you have a choice. You can react like the old version of yourself, or you can respond like the disciplined version you're becoming. And that's the key. You're not trying to win arguments. You're trying to win your life. Most people lose control of their mouths because they want to defend themselves, prove themselves, or justify themselves. They talk to protect their ego, but in the process, they expose their weakness. You don't need their permission. You don't need their validation. You don't need to explain yourself to people who don't understand your vision. When you talk too much, you leak power. When you talk from emotion, you leak energy. When you talk without thinking, you leak opportunities. But when you speak less, you grow more. You see more. You understand more. You control more. Silence isn't weakness. Silence is strategy. Silence is clarity. Silence is strength. People fear silence because they think speaking gives them control. It doesn't. Speaking too much gives other people control over you. Think about it. When you react instantly, who's in control? Not you. Your emotions are. Your ego is. Your fear is. But when you pause, when you breathe, when you choose your words carefully, you become the strongest person in the room. You have a choice. So, let's talk about the real-world behavior that destroys lives. Oversharing. People reveal their plans, their weaknesses, their income, their struggles to anyone who listens. Then they wonder why people betray them. You don't need to tell everyone everything. You don't need to narrate your life. Your goals don't grow when you talk about them. They grow when you execute them. Defending and explaining. Stop defending yourself to small-minded people. Stop explaining yourself to people who haven't earned the right to hear your reasoning. Every explanation drains your energy. Every defense weakens your position. Arguing. Some arguments are traps. Some people bait you just to see you lose your composure. And every time you take the bait, you lose. Not because you're wrong, but because you reacted emotionally. Impulsive texts and messages. One emotional message sent in anger or insecurity can change how someone sees you forever. One angry paragraph, one sarcastic reply, one "I don't care anymore." It can take months, even years, to repair the damage created in 1 minute of emotional typing. You have a choice. It's not about impressing people. It's about controlling yourself. It's not about showing dominance. It's about protecting your peace. It's not about reacting fast. It's about responding intelligently. That's discipline. So what do? How do you control your mouth before it controls your life? You create rules. Clear rules. Non-negotiable rules. Rule number 1. Never speak when angry. Silence is always safer than emotional noise. If the situation feels heated, your words are not ready. Walk away. Pause. Think. You have a choice. Rule number 2. Don't reveal what people can use against you. Your goals, your weaknesses, your insecurities, your plans, these are sacred. Protect them. Not everyone deserves access to your inner world. Rule number 3. Speak only to add value, not to gain attention. Your words must serve a purpose. Ask yourself, is this necessary? Is this helpful? Is this the right time? If the answer is no, stay silent. Rule number 4. Learn to observe without commenting. Watching quietly teaches you more than speaking loudly. This is how leaders operate. This is how disciplined people move. They observe first, they listen deeply, and they wait until the right moment to speak. You have a choice. So, let me give you a real example. Imagine 2 people in a workplace. Both have talent, both have skill, both have potential. But one person talks too much. They complain, they argue, they share their frustrations with the wrong crowd. They send emotional emails, they react instantly and emotionally. The other person speaks less. They stay calm, they observe, they choose words slowly. They don't explain, they act. They don't react, they respond. Who gets promoted? Who earns trust? Who becomes a leader? It's not about talent, it's about discipline. It's always about discipline. Your mouth can destroy your peace, or it can build your future. Your mouth can pull you into chaos, or it can keep you centered. Your mouth can make you look weak, or it can show maturity. You have a choice. Every word you speak either creates momentum or creates mess. Every reaction you give either builds respect or destroys it. Every secret you reveal either empowers you or weakens you. Control your mouth, and you control your respect. You control your relationships. You control your reputation. You control your future. Because silence is not emptiness. Silence is strategy. And speaking with intention is one of the greatest forms of power. You mastered the first discipline today. Control your mouth. Now, let's go deeper. Let's talk about the engine behind every decision you make. Chapter 2. Think like a leader, not like a victim. Your mind is the command center of your entire life. Everything you do, everything you accept, everything you tolerate, everything you believe, it all begins in your mind. And here's the hard truth. Most people don't think like leaders. They think like victims. They think from fear. They think from insecurity. They think from ego. They wake up every day asking the same powerless questions. Why is this happening to me? Why can't I catch a break? Why does life feel so difficult?
A victim mindset always starts with why me. A leader mindset always starts with what now. That's the key. That's the shift. That's the moment you take your power back. You have a choice. A leader thinks in solutions. A victim thinks in problems. A leader controls the narrative. A victim gets controlled by the narrative. A leader looks at the situation and asks, "What can I do with this?" A victim looks at the situation and says, "There's nothing I can do." The difference isn't intelligence. The difference isn't education. The difference isn't luck. The difference is discipline. Mental discipline, thought discipline, internal control. It's not about being smarter. It's about being stronger. Stronger in your thinking, stronger in your decisions, stronger in the way you talk to yourself. Because your inner voice is training you every day. Either it's training you to lead your life or it's training you to surrender it. You have a choice. So let's expose the victim mindset so you
destroy it. Victims blame. Leaders take responsibility. Victims complain. Leaders adapt. Victims focus on what they cannot change. Leaders focus on what they can control. Victims ask, "Who's at fault?" Leaders ask, "What's the solution?" Victims wait for permission. Leaders make decisions. You don't need their permission. You don't need their validation. You don't need anyone to approve the person you're becoming. The moment you stop waiting for someone to fix your life begins to shift. That's the key. Let's talk about the thoughts that sabotage you. Overthinking. Most people are trapped in their own heads. They spend hours imagining worst-case scenarios. They create problems that don't exist. They exhaust themselves mentally long before they take action physically. It's not life draining them. It's their thinking. Self-doubt. You second-guess yourself until the moment is gone. You question your worth, your ability, your goals. You hold yourself back because you fear looking foolish. But let me tell you something. Self-doubt doesn't protect you. It paralyzes you. Negative assumptions. You assume people don't like you. You assume you'll fail. You assume the worst outcome possible. And those assumptions slowly shape your identity. You have a choice. You can think like the old you, or you can think like the disciplined you. Now, let's talk about how leaders think. Leaders think long-term. They don't make decisions from emotion. They don't react to the moment. They zoom out. They see the bigger picture. They ask, how will this matter in 6 months? In 1 year? In 5 years? Leaders think strategically. They analyze before they act. They don't move because they feel something. They move because it's the right move. Leaders think with clarity. They don't let random noise influence them. They don't let opinions rewrite their direction. They don't let emotions cloud their judgment. Because that's the discipline. It's not about feeling confident. It's about thinking clearly. You don't need motivation. You need clarity. You need direction. You need a strategy for your mind. So, how do you train your mind like a leader? You apply the 3 mental disciplines. 1. Discipline of awareness. You must become aware of your thoughts. You can't change what you don't see. Every time you catch yourself thinking like a victim, you pause. You stop the mental spiral. You tell yourself, I have a choice. Because you do. 2. Discipline of replacement. You don't fight negative thoughts. You replace them. Replace I can't with I'm learning. Replace it's too hard with hard is the entry fee. Replace why me with what now?
Your mind becomes what you feed it. Your identity follows your thoughts. 3. Discipline of repetition. You don't think like a leader once. You think like a leader daily, hourly, moment by moment. You build mental strength the same way you build physical strength, through consistent repetition. That's the key. Not intensity, consistency. Let me tell you a real scenario. Two people face the same setback. Their business idea fails. One person says, "See, I knew I wasn't good enough. Life hates me. Nothing works out for me." And they quit. They shrink. They give up on themselves. The other says, "Okay, that didn't work. What can I do differently? What can I learn? What's the next move?" And they adjust. They adapt. They keep going. One setback, two mindsets, two futures. It's not about failure. It's about thinking. It's always about thinking. You have a choice. Now, let's talk about leadership thinking in everyday life. When someone disrespects you, a victim reacts. A leader evaluates. When plans fall apart, a victim panics. A leader pivots. When emotions rise, a victim gets swept away. A leader holds the ground. When people gossip, a victim gets involved. A leader stays above it. When stress hits, a victim spirals. A leader breathes. When life becomes unpredictable, a victim collapses. A leader stands firm. Because leaders understand one thing: you cannot control everything outside, but you can always control everything inside. Your thoughts are yours. Your reactions are yours. Your focus is yours. Your direction is yours. And the moment you start thinking like a leader, your entire life begins to reorganize around that identity. Listen closely. If you want to control your life, you must first control your thinking. If you want to elevate your life, you must elevate your thoughts. If you want to change your life, you must change your internal dialogue. You are not powerless. You are not stuck. You are not broken. You simply have to choose a different way of thinking, a stronger way, a disciplined way. This is the mental shift that separates the ordinary from the exceptional. This is the discipline that separates the lost from the leaders. And now that you've learned to think like a leader and not a victim, you're ready for the next level. Because a disciplined mind is only the beginning. Now, let's talk about the battlefield you face every day. Chapter 3. Mastering Your Mood, the Art of Emotional Stability. Your mood is the hidden steering wheel of your life. It quietly influences how you think, how you speak, how you work, and how people respond to you. If you cannot control your mood, you cannot control your day. If you cannot control your day, you cannot control your life. Most people wake up and simply react to whatever emotion appears. A message changes their mood. Traffic changes their mood. Someone's comment changes their mood. A small inconvenience becomes a ruined day. But mentally strong people live differently. They don't let their mood choose their actions. They let their principles choose their actions. To control your mood, you must understand 3 powerful truths. 1. Your mood is a signal, not a master. Your mood is an indicator, not an instruction. Feeling angry? It means something is violating your values. Feeling anxious? It means something is uncertain. Feeling low? It means your mind or body needs attention. But none of these feelings are commands. Just because you feel something does not mean you must act on it.
Weak people follow their moods. Strong people observe their moods. The moment you stop obeying your mood, you start ruling your mood. 2. Emotional reset is a skill, and you must practice it. Mentally strong individuals have a secret tool, the reset button. When emotions rise, they pause. They step back. They breathe. They reset. This tiny delay, even 10 seconds, is enough to prevent an emotional explosion. You reset by doing simple actions. Take one deep breath. Drink a glass of water. Leave the room for 2 minutes. Count backward from 20. Remind yourself, this moment will pass. People imagine emotional strength as something dramatic, but in reality, it's built on small, silent resets repeated every day. 3. Your energy levels decide your emotional levels. It is impossible to have emotional stability with a drained mind and tired body. You cannot expect calmness when you are sleep-deprived, overstimulated, under-rested, unorganized, surrounded by chaos. Your physical state influences your emotional state more than people realize. You want a stable mood? Protect your energy like treasure. Create an environment that supports calm. Clean your space. Reduce noise. Limit toxic people. Take breaks without guilt. Guard your mental peace like a warrior. Because a stable environment creates a stable mood. The golden rule of mood control. If you don't decide your mood, someone else will. Your boss will decide it. Your family will decide it. The internet will decide it. Your stress will decide it. Your past will decide it. Mood control is not about suppressing feelings. It is about choosing your response instead of reacting unconsciously. You become powerful the moment your emotions stop controlling your actions.
End of Chapter 3. Insight. Mastering your mood is mastering your mind. Because when your mood stays stable, your decisions stay smart. And when your decisions stay smart, your life moves in the right direction. Control your mood and you control your future. Chapter 4. Mastering your money, the discipline that builds freedom. Money is not just currency. Money is control. Money is stability. Money is mental peace. Most people lose control of their lives because they lose control of their money. Their emotions are controlled by bills. Their sleep is controlled by debt. Their decisions are controlled by fear. Their opportunities are controlled by lack. When you master your money, you reclaim your freedom, the freedom to think clearly, move wisely, and live life on your terms. But money mastery begins with one thing: discipline, not income. 1. Money problems don't start in your wallet. They start in your mind. Financial stress is rarely about the amount you earn. It is almost always about habits. A poor mindset spends emotionally. A disciplined mindset spends intentionally. Weak money habits come from impulsiveness, trying to impress others, lack of planning, overestimating income, underestimating expenses. Strong money habits come from awareness, delayed gratification, consistency, simplicity, purpose. The moment you shift your mindset, your money starts changing. 2. Control every rupee or dollar before it controls you. If you don't control your spending will control your life. People say, "I don't know where my money goes." That sentence is a sign of weakness, not of poverty, but of lack of discipline. Financially strong people know exactly where their money goes
Because they give every dollar a job. Your money should be allocated, not guessed. A simple rule. If you can't track it, you can't control it. If you can't control it, you can't grow it. Mastery begins with awareness. 3. The discipline of not buying is more powerful than the ability to buy. Anyone can spend. Strong people know when not to spend. Every unnecessary purchase steals from your future. Every emotional purchase steals from your peace. Every impulsive purchase steals from your growth. Learn to ask one powerful question before buying anything. Is this helping my future or only my mood? If it only satisfies your mood, walk away. Wealth is created by what you don't buy. 4. Build a system, not stress. Money becomes simple when you have a system. Most people don't have money problems, they have system problems. Your system must include a budget you can actually follow. Not complicated, just clear. Your income should have structure. An emergency fund, because life is unpredictable. Financial stability creates emotional stability. Automated savings. When saving is automatic, discipline becomes effortless. A long-term investment habit. Not quick money, not gambling, not shortcuts. Real investing. Slow, steady, silent wealth. Systems create peace. Systems create growth. Systems create control. Quiet wealth is better than loud spending. Financial maturity is not shown through what you buy. It is shown by what you don't.
It's shown through what you avoid buying. You don't need to announce your progress. You don't need to prove your worth. Quiet wealth comes from stability, not showing off. The goal is not to look rich. The goal is to stop worrying about money forever. That requires discipline now, not later. 6. Money is a mirror of your overall discipline. If your money is chaotic, your life is chaotic. If your spending is emotional, your habits are emotional. If your finances are undisciplined, your mindset is undisciplined. But when you fix your money, you fix your life in ways you didn't expect. You sleep better. You think clearer. You make better decisions. You reduce stress. You stop seeking validation. You regain confidence. Money is not everything, but money affects everything. And disciplined money management builds disciplined thinking. End of Chapter 4, Insight. Mastering your money is mastering your freedom. It is the skill that protects your peace, elevates your confidence, and strengthens your future. Financial discipline is not about restriction, it is about liberation. You don't become wealthy by earning more. You become wealthy by behaving differently. Chapter 5. Control your emotions before they control your direction. Your mood is the steering wheel of your life. If you don't control it, it will drag you into chaos, conflict, and confusion. People don't lose opportunities because of lack of talent. They lose them because of emotional reactions. Your mouth speaks from your mood. Your decisions come from your mood. Your tone, your energy, your discipline, all of it is shaped by emotion. That's why this chapter is simple, direct, and painful. If you can't control your mood, you cannot control your future. Let's begin. 1. Your mood is not a mystery. It is a habit. People say, I don't know why I feel like this. No, your mood did not come out of nowhere. Your mood is a pattern created by what you think, what you consume, who you talk to,
what you tolerate, what you avoid, what you constantly replay in your head. Mood is not magic. Mood is conditioning. If you wake up angry, irritated, anxious, or discouraged every day, it's because your environment and your habits have been training you to feel that way. Your mood is learned, and anything learned can be unlearned. That's the key. 2. Emotionally weak people destroy their own life without realizing it. Let's be brutally honest. Emotionally weak people say things they regret, make decisions they can't undo, allow others to manipulate them, react instead of respond, quit when they should push, escalate situations that needed silence. Emotionally strong people pause, observe, respond with intention, detach from chaos, protect their peace, think before they act. One group survives life. The other group wins life. You have to decide which one you want to be. You have a choice. You always have a choice. Most people never realize how many opportunities they've destroyed because of a single moment of emotional stupidity. You're not losing because you're incapable. You're losing because you're reactive. Fix this, and everything changes. 3. Your mood is a slave to your thoughts. Train them. Every emotion starts with a thought. Every mood begins with a mental message. Think angry thoughts, you become angry. Think insecure thoughts, you become insecure. Think defeated thoughts, you feel defeated. This is why the mind chapter came before this one, because your mood is simply your mind expressing itself out loud. And here's the hard truth. You don't have a mood problem. You have a thinking problem. You think in extremes. You think in assumptions. You think in fears. You think in memories. You think in insecurities. Your mood follows. The moment you master your thoughts, your emotions fall in line like soldiers receiving orders. That's the key. Control the commander, and the army listens. 4. Never let a temporary mood create a permanent problem. Your worst mistakes came from your worst moods. You yelled, you overreacted, you walked away too early, you trusted the wrong person, you sent that emotional text, you made a decision based on pain instead of clarity. You acted on a temporary feeling, and it created a permanent consequence. When you feel emotional, remember this one rule: pause now or pay later. Emotion is a storm. You don't drive during a storm. You wait. You don't make decisions when your vision is blurry. You don't speak when your heart is shaking. You don't react when your mind is full of noise. You breathe. You pause. You give yourself space. This single discipline will save your relationships, your career, your peace, and your future. 5. Emotional discipline doesn't mean you feel less. It means you react less. You're not a robot. You will feel anger. You will feel sadness. You will feel stress, jealousy, insecurity, fear. You are human. But disciplined people don't let their feelings turn into behavior. Emotionally weak people behave their emotions. Emotionally strong people regulate their emotions. You don't need to stop feeling. You need to stop acting on every feeling. That's the key. Silence is emotional discipline. Stillness is emotional discipline. Walking away is emotional discipline. Not replying is emotional discipline. Breathing instead of arguing is emotional discipline. Emotion is fine. Reaction is optional. This one truth alone separates the mature from the miserable. Build an emotional routine, not emotional chaos. Your mood should not be random. Your mood should be managed intentionally. Here's how emotionally mature people regulate their mood. 1. They create structure. Chaos creates emotional instability. Structure creates emotional balance. Wake up at a set time. Eat properly. Move your body. Control your screen time. Control your consumption. Control your environment. Structure is medicine. Structure is stability. 2. They set emotional boundaries. Not every conversation deserves energy. Not every person deserves attention. Not every insult deserves a reaction. Boundaries protect your mood. Silence protects your mood. Distance protects your mood. 3. They rehearse calmness. Calmness is not natural, it's practiced. You learn it over time. Practice breathing during stress. Practice pausing before speaking. Practice observing before judging. Practice detaching from emotional triggers. Small habits, big peace. 7. Emotional maturity shows up in hard moments, not calm ones. Anyone can be calm when things are easy. Your emotional discipline is tested when someone disrespects you, when life doesn't go your way, when someone lies about you, when people provoke you, when plans collapse, when pressure builds. These moments reveal who controls your life, you or your emotions. Strong people don't react instantly. Strong people don't break instantly. Strong people don't panic instantly. They breathe, they anchor, they stay centered. This is the emotional discipline that separates wisdom from weakness. 8. Your mood controls your reputation. Protect it. People judge you by how you behave during emotional moments. Your mood spills into your speech, your tone, your actions, your decisions. A bad mood can damage relationships, reduce respect, ruin opportunities, push people away, make you seem unreliable, make you seem unstable. A controlled mood makes you powerful. You seem reliable. You seem wise. You seem composed. You seem trustworthy. People follow emotionally stable people. People invest in emotionally stable people. People listen to emotionally stable people. Your mood is your brand. Protect it. End of chapter 5. Insight. When you control your mood, you control your reputation, your relationships.
Chapter 6. Control your habits. The system that builds or breaks your entire life. Your life is not controlled by motivation. Your life is not controlled by luck. Your life is not controlled by talent. Your life is controlled by habits. Read that again, because this truth will decide your entire future. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. It doesn't matter what you want. It matters what you repeat. It doesn't matter what you dream. It matters what you do when nobody is watching. Habits build empires. Habits destroy empires. Your habits are either creating your discipline or quietly sabotaging your destiny. This chapter is about building a system that makes success automatic. Let's go deeper. 1. Your habits are the real you, not your intentions. People love talking about what they plan to do. I'm going to start working out. I'm going to fix my sleep. I'm going to save money. I'm going to learn a skill. But the truth is harsh. What you repeatedly do is who you are, not what you say. If your habits are inconsistent, you become inconsistent. If your habits are undisciplined, you become undisciplined. If your habits are impulsive, you become impulsive. Your habits reveal the truth. Your habits expose your character. Your habits show your discipline, or lack of it. You have a choice. That's the key. 2. Tiny habits build massive transformation. People think transformation requires dramatic effort. No. Transformation grows from tiny, consistent behaviors repeated daily. Want a better body? Start with 10 minutes of movement. Want a stronger mind? Start with 10 minutes of reading. Want financial stability? Start with saving even $50 a day. Want emotional discipline? Start with 30 seconds of pausing before reacting. Small is powerful. Small becomes automatic. Small becomes identity. The reason most people fail is because they chase big changes, not small beginnings. Remember this. Success is not built in a day. Success is built daily. 3. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. You may think you lack discipline. You don't. You lack a supportive environment. You cannot expect consistency in a chaotic environment. You cannot expect clarity in a noisy environment. You cannot expect discipline in a distracting environment. Your environment must match your goals. If you want peace, remove chaotic people. If you want focus, remove digital noise. If you want discipline, remove temptation. If you want growth, remove negativity. You don't need more motivation. You need fewer distractions. That's the key. Your environment shapes your habits. Your habits shape your life. Control your environment, you control your habits. You control your future. 4. Your daily routine predicts your future with brutal accuracy. You don't need to guess where your life is heading. Just look at your routine. Your routine reveals your discipline, priorities, mindset, energy, productivity, self-respect. If you wake up late, scroll for hours, complain, procrastinate, and repeat, you're not unlucky. You're undisciplined. Your habits are designing a future you'll eventually regret. But if you create a routine that aligns with your goals, wake early, work with intention, move your body, control your thoughts, protect your time, stay consistent, your future becomes predictable in a powerful way. Structure is freedom. Routine is stability. Consistency is strength. You don't need permission to change your routine. You need discipline. 5. Break the habits that are destroying your life silently. Some habits don't feel dangerous in the moment, but they destroy your life slowly and silently. Here are the silent killers: emotional eating, inconsistent sleep, endless scrolling, waiting for motivation, ignoring responsibilities, escaping discomfort, avoiding challenges, gossiping, reacting impulsively, blaming others, spending without tracking, seeking validation. These habits make you weak. They make you emotionally fragile. They remove control from your life. The longer you repeat them, the deeper they root themselves into your identity. Breaking them is not optional. Breaking them
is survival. You have a choice, and the choice is now. 6. Build keystone habits, the ones that transform everything. Not all habits are equal. Some habits create a chain reaction that improves every part of your life. These are keystone habits. Keystone habits include 1. Waking up early, not for the aesthetic, for the structure, for the control, for the silence, for the clarity. 2. Daily movement. Movement regulates your mood. Movement sharpens your mind. Movement increases your discipline. 3. Clean environment. A clean room creates a clean mind. A clean mind creates clean decisions. 4. Reading or listening to growth content. Your mind becomes whatever it consumes. Feed it discipline. Feed it clarity. 5. Planning your day. Never let the day control you. You control it. These habits anchor your life. They build identity. They build momentum. 7. Habit discipline is built on one skill: consistency. Anyone can be disciplined for one day. Real power is staying disciplined on the days you're tired, emotional, unmotivated, irritated, or stressed. Consistency is not about feeling good. It's about showing up, even when you don't want to, especially when you don't want to. That's the key. That's what separates the successful from the unstable. Consistency builds confidence. Consistency builds identity. Consistency builds results. Do it daily, not perfectly, but consistently. 8. Habits determine who you become in 1 year, 3 years, 10 years. You won't see the change today. You won't see the change tomorrow. But your habits are quietly shaping your future behind the scenes. Every day you choose discipline, your future strengthens. Every day you choose distraction, your future weakens. Your habits are writing the story you'll have to live with. If you don't change your habits now, you'll live with regret later. But if you do change your habits now, you'll live with pride later. You have a choice, and this choice is your power. End of Chapter 6 Insight. Your habits are not routines. They are systems. Systems that are either building your discipline or feeding your destruction. Control your habits and your life becomes predictable. Lose control of your habits and your life becomes chaotic. Discipline is not a mystery. Discipline is repetition. You don't need more inspiration. You don't need more motivation. You need stronger habits. You learned how to master your mouth. You learned how to master your mind. You learned how to master your mood. And now you've built the system that will carry your discipline for life. Now we take the next step, from daily habits to long-term identity. Chapter 7. Control your identity. Become the person your future needs. Every action you take is a vote for the person you are becoming. Every choice you make is shaping your identity. You are not stuck because life is unfair. You are stuck because you are still being the version of yourself that no longer fits your future. This chapter is the turning point. This chapter is where you stop fixing habits and start rebuilding identity. Because habits follow identity. Discipline follows identity. Stability
Follows identity. Success follows identity. If you don't redefine who you are, you'll always return to the behaviors that match your old identity.
Let's rebuild the identity you actually need. 1. Your identity is not who you are. It's who you have rehearsed being. Most people think identity is fixed. They say, "This is just who I am. I'm not a disciplined person. I get angry easily. I'm not good with money. I can't focus." No, these are not identity statements. These are patterns you've repeated for years. You are not born disorganized. You practiced disorganization. You are not born reactive. You practiced reacting. You were not born undisciplined. You practiced inconsistency. Anything practiced can be unpracticed. Anything learned can be unlearned. Identity is flexible if you rewrite it intentionally. You have a choice. That's the key. 2. You become the identity you repeat in your mind. Identity is formed in your thoughts first. Before you behave a pattern, you believe a pattern. If you say to yourself, "I can't control my mood. I can't stay consistent. I always fail. This is too hard." No. Your mind believes the script. Your body follows the script. Your habits obey the script. Identity is the story you repeat to yourself. So write a new story. Start speaking the identity you want. I stay calm under pressure. I finish what I start. I control my money. I protect my energy. I show up daily. I choose discipline over drama. Identity is repetition. Identity is training. Identity is a mental script, not a life sentence. Rewrite the script. Change the identity. Transform the future. 4. Your identity must match your goals or you will self-sabotage. Here's the hidden truth of self-destruction. You don't sabotage goals. You sabotage identities that feel unfamiliar. If your identity is "I'm inconsistent" and you finally start being disciplined, you'll subconsciously go back to inconsistency because your identity doesn't match the new behavior. If your identity is "I'm not confident" and opportunities start showing up, you'll mess them up because confidence feels unfamiliar. The mind always returns to what feels normal, even if normal is destroying you. To stop sabotaging yourself, you must create a new normal. A normal where discipline feels familiar. A normal where calm feels natural. A normal where saving money feels standard. A normal where hard work feels expected. Your identity must become the version of you that your goals require. That's the key. 4. Identity is built through evidence. Give yourself proof daily. You cannot wish your identity into existence. You must earn it with action. Identity grows from evidence. If you say, "I'm disciplined," but you wake up late every day, your mind rejects that identity. If you say, "I control my money," but you spend impulsively, your mind rejects that identity. If you say, "I stay calm," but you explode under pressure, your mind rejects that identity. You need proof. Tiny, daily proof. Do small actions that match your new identity. Wake up on time. Proof. Save a small amount. Proof. Respond calmly once. Proof. Say no to drama. Proof. Complete a task. Proof. Stick to a routine. Proof. Identity grows through consistency. Identity strengthens through repetition. Every day, give your future self proof that you're becoming who you say you are. Identity requires subtraction, not just addition. You cannot build a new identity while holding on to the old version of yourself. You must subtract old excuses, old stories, old insecurities, old patterns, old environments, old relationships, old beliefs, old comfort zones. Growth is not about adding more. Growth is about removing what weakens you. Identity is not just what you become. Identity is what you stop being. Stop being the person who complains. Stop being the person who reacts. Stop being the person who procrastinates. Stop being the person who needs validation. Stop being the person who self-destructs. You don't need their permission. You need your decision. Let go of the identity that keeps you weak. 6. Identity is a lifestyle, not a moment. You don't become disciplined because of one productive day. You become disciplined because it becomes your lifestyle. You don't become emotionally strong after one calm reaction. You become strong when calmness becomes your default. You don't become financially smart after one good decision. You become financially smart when awareness becomes your habit. Identity is a lifestyle, not a moment. You design the person you want to become with daily repetition. When you change your identity, your habits change automatically. Your choices change automatically. Your reactions change automatically. Your life changes automatically. Identity is the foundation. Identity demands one hard thing: self-honesty. You cannot build a stronger identity while lying to yourself. Be brutally honest. Ask yourself, who am I becoming with my daily actions? If the answer scares you, good. That means you're finally seeing the truth. Honesty destroys denial. Honesty creates clarity. Honesty builds identity. You don't need perfection. You need honesty. You have a choice. Now choose identity over ego. End of Chapter 7. Insight. Your identity is the root of your discipline. Control your identity and everything else follows. Your mouth, mind, mood, money, habits, they all take orders from identity. This is where the real transformation begins. Speak differently. Think differently. React differently. Behave differently. And eventually, you become different. You've rebuilt your inner world. Now, it's time to protect it from everything on side. Prepare yourself. Chapter 8. The power of silence, controlling your mouth through quiet strength. Silence is not weakness. Silence is strategy. Silence is power. People lose control of their mouth, not because they are bad, but because they are driven by impulses, ego, or emotion. Chapter 8 teaches you how to master the art of silence, not to suppress your voice, but to sharpen it. 1. Why silence is power. Most people talk to prove they are right, to protect their ego, to show superiority, to fill awkwardness, to react to emotions. But masters talk only when necessary. Speaking less increases respect,
Mystery, self-control, authority. Talking too much causes misunderstandings, conflicts, regret, weakness. The strongest people are calm, measured, and intentional. 2. When silence is your best weapon. Use silence when someone tries to provoke you. Reacting gives them power. Staying silent confuses them. When you're angry. Words spoken in anger become wounds, even after you've calmed down. You don't know the full story. Silence protects you from speaking foolishly. You need to observe. Listening reveals what others try to hide with words. You are negotiating. The person who speaks less controls the deal. 3. Silence builds emotional strength. Silence gives your mind a moment to slow down, understand emotions, control reactions, choose the right response. This creates a person who is unshakable. Silent people are not emotionless. They are emotionally intelligent. 4. Talk with intention, not impulse. Before you speak, ask yourself, 1. Is it true? 2. Is it necessary? 3. Is it helpful? 4. Is it the right time? If the answer is no, stay silent. This simple technique can save relationships, friendships, careers, and opportunities. 5. The 3-second rule. Whenever you feel like reacting, stop for 3 seconds. This tiny pause stops emotional impulses, allows logical thinking, helps you choose better words. Most regrets come from seconds of uncontrolled speech. 6. How to speak with power. People respect voices that are calm, clear, low tone, slow, confident, minimal. The fewer words you use, the more value each carries. When you finally speak, people listen. 7. Silence protects your energy. Not everyone deserves access to your thoughts, feelings, or intentions. Silence keeps your plans safe, protects your dreams, shields your emotional energy, prevents drama and gossip, saves you from unnecessary arguments. Talking less means losing less. 8. Silent observation makes you smarter. You learn more by watching than talking. Observe people's actions, their patterns, their intentions, their hidden motives. Observers win because they understand everything.
while others waste time trying to prove everything. 9. Silence helps you control your mouth in daily life. Here are practical habits. Speak only after thinking. Keep your voice low and steady. Avoid gossip. Don't respond immediately to provocation. Use silence in conflicts. Let others talk more. Don't explain yourself unnecessarily. This changes you from reactive to intentional. 10. A silent person is a powerful person. When you master silence, you are harder to manipulate, harder to provoke, harder to understand, harder to defeat. A loud person exposes themselves. A silent person reveals nothing. And that makes them dangerous, in a good way. End of Chapter 8. Chapter 9. How to control your mood. Mastering the emotions that run your life. Your mood controls your decisions. Your decisions control your future. If you don't control your mood will control your life. This chapter teaches you how to master the emotional storms inside you, so you can stay stable, strong, and unshakable no matter what life throws at you. 1. Understand this. Mood is not you. A mood is temporary. You are permanent. People make the mistake of saying, I am angry. I am sad. I am frustrated. No, you feel angry. You feel sad. You feel frustrated. A mood is something you experience, not something you are. The moment you understand this, you stop letting emotions define your decisions. 2. Why you lose control of your mood. Your mood becomes uncontrollable when you don't have boundaries. You overthink. You react too quickly. You attach your happiness to people. You depend on external validation. You don't rest properly. You don't manage stress. You avoid your emotions instead of understanding them. You cannot control your mood unless you understand why it shifts. 3. The mood compass. 4 emotional directions. Your emotions generally fall into 4 directions. North. Calm and focused. Your best decisions happen here. South. Angry and reactive. Your worst decisions happen here. East. Anxious and overthinking. You freeze instead of act. West. Sad and low energy. You lose motivation and clarity. Your job is to guide yourself back to north, calmness, whenever emotions pull you away. 4. The 10-second reset, the fastest mood control technique. When your mood flips suddenly, 1. Stop. 2. Close your eyes. 3. Inhale deeply. 4. Hold 3 seconds. 5. Exhale slowly. 6. Wait for 10 seconds. Your nervous system resets. This technique prevents arguments, impulsive decisions, regretful actions, emotional damage. A calm mind always wins. 5. Never react immediately. Strong people don't react fast, they respond smartly. Before reacting, ask yourself, Is this worth my peace? Will I regret my reaction later? Is this the right time to respond? Am I emotional or rational right now? If your answer is unclear, stay silent. 6. Your mood is controlled by two things. 1. What you focus on. If you focus on problems, you feel heavy. If you focus on solutions, you feel empowered. If you focus on gratitude, you feel happy. 2. Your physical state. Your mood changes with your breathing, your posture, your movement, your environment, your habits. That's why a walk can fix a bad mood faster than thinking about it. 7. Find your emotional triggers. To control your mood, you must know what affects it. Common triggers: people who drain your energy, messy environment, lack of sleep, social media comparison, unfinished tasks, overthinking future or past, hunger, stress, lack of direction, toxic relationships. When you understand triggers, you can remove or manage them. 8. The power of emotional boundaries. Protect your peace by saying no. I am not available. I need time alone. I don't want to discuss this. You don't owe everyone access to your emotions. Boundaries create emotional stability. 9. Build a mood control routine. Daily habits make your mood predictable and stable.
Morning sunlight boosts mood naturally. 10 minutes walking improves emotional balance. Journaling releases internal pressure. Planning your day reduces stress. Screen detox stops mood swings from comparison. Mindful breathing calms your mind instantly. Small habits, massive mood control. 10. Controlling mood in difficult situations. When angry, stay silent, walk away, breathe. When sad, move your body, talk to someone trustworthy. When overwhelmed, break your tasks into smaller steps. When anxious, focus on the present, not the future. When stressed, take a break, not a breakdown. Master your mood, and you master your life. 11. Your mood affects every part of your life. When you control your mood, you make better decisions. You avoid unnecessary fights. You build stronger relationships. You think clearly. You stay disciplined. You remain consistent. You attract better opportunities. You stay mentally strong. Your mood is the steering wheel of your destiny. Control it, or life controls you. End of Chapter 9. Chapter 10. Control your money. Master the habits that build wealth and respect. Money is not just paper. Money is discipline. Money is control. Money is a mirror of your habits, your emotions, and your maturity. If you can't control your money, you can't control your life. This chapter teaches you how to control the flow of money, how to earn it, keep it, grow it, and protect it. Not from luck, not from shortcuts, but from discipline. 1. Money is emotional before it's financial. People think money problems are about numbers. They're not. They are about impulses, insecurity, mood swings, instant gratification, lack of long-term thinking, trying to impress others, buying things to feel worthy. You don't have a money problem.
You have a discipline problem. That's the key. When you control your emotions, your money stops slipping away. 2. Most people lose money because they try to look rich. People buy things to be noticed. People spend money to impress strangers. People waste money to feel significant for 5 minutes. But the truth is simple. The loudest people are the brokest people. Quiet discipline builds wealth. Loud insecurity destroys it. Say it with me. You don't need their permission. You don't need their validation. Stop buying clothes you can't afford. Stop buying gadgets for attention. Stop spending money to escape your insecurity. Your money should serve your future, not your ego. 3. The 3 rules of wealth control. If you want long-term financial power, repeat these 3 rules daily. Rule number 1. Spend less than you earn. If your expenses rise with your income, you're not growing, you're staying broke at a higher level. Rule number 2. Save before you spend. This is the ultimate discipline. Pay yourself first, even if it's 5%, 10%, or 20%. You build the habit before you build the fortune. Rule number 3. Make your money work. Money that sweeps will die. Money that moves will grow. Invest slowly, consistently, and without panic. These are the basics. Everyone knows them. Almost nobody follows them. 4. Your spending reveals your future. Look at your bank statement. Look at where your money goes. Your future is hiding there. Fast food, slow progress. Impulse purchases, chaotic life. Alcohol and partying, lost direction. Gadgets and trends, emotional insecurity. Education and skills, future wealth. Investments, long-term freedom. Health and fitness, longevity and clarity. Your money shows your priorities. If you want a better financial life, change your priorities. 5. Money requires systems, not mood. Broke people rely on emotions. Disciplined people rely on systems. You need systems like automated savings, fixed investment schedule, monthly expense tracking, spending limits, no-buy rules, weekly financial reviews, delayed gratification rules. When your system is strong, your emotions cannot break it. That's how you stay in control, even on bad days. 6. The 24-hour rule, your anti-impulse weapon. Before any non-essential purchase, wait 24 hours. Think. Ask yourself hard questions. Decide with clarity instead of craving. If it still feels worth it after 24 hours, you're choosing consciously, not emotionally. Impulse is the enemy of wealth. Patience is the creator of wealth. 7. Stop trying to make money fast. People fall for shortcuts because they don't want discipline. They want quick money, shortcuts, hacks, fast returns. But shortcuts destroy more people than they save. Real wealth comes from consistency, patience, skill, discipline, long-term thinking. Money earned slowly stays with you. Money earned emotionally slips away. 8. Control your money by controlling your identity. Tell yourself, I'm the kind of person who saves. I'm the kind of person who invests. I'm the kind of person who doesn't waste money. I'm the kind of person who thinks long-term. Identity creates habits. Habits create wealth. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your systems. Control your identity. Your bank account will follow. 9. Build the wealth discipline ritual. Every week, ask yourself, what did I waste money on? What should I stop buying? What skill will I invest in next? How much did I save? What is my long-term plan? Wealth is not built in one day. It's built by reviewing your money consistently. Remember, financial clarity creates emotional clarity. 10. Protect your money from the wrong people. Some people want access to your wallet, not your well-being. Cut off people who always borrow, people who guilt-trip you, people who ask you to fund their irresponsibility, people who drag you into financial chaos, people who want you to match their spending. Your money is not their playground. Your future is not their responsibility. Protect your money the way you protect your peace. 11. Wealth is a form of power. When you control your money, you stop depending on others. You negotiate better. You make stronger decisions. You escape toxic situations. You build confidence. You create options. You buy time. You buy freedom. Money is not everything, but discipline is. Discipline creates money. Money creates freedom. Freedom creates peace. End of Chapter 10. Chapter 11. Control your environment. Shape the world that shapes you. Your environment is not passive. Your environment is not neutral. Your environment is the invisible hand that pushes you forward or pulls you down every single day. If you want to control your mouth, mind, mood, and money, you must control the place where all of them operate. This chapter shows you how to design an environment that forces discipline, removes temptation, and supports the person you're becoming, not the person you're trying to escape. 1. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your surroundings. A messy room creates a messy mind. Toxic people create toxic emotions. Chaotic habits create chaotic decisions. If your environment is built on noise, clutter, distraction, negativity, temptation, then discipline becomes impossible. That's the key. Willpower is temporary. Your environment is permanent. Set up your environment right and you won't need as much discipline because your environment will enforce it for you. 2. Remove the triggers that destroy your discipline. If you constantly lose control of your mouth, mind, mood, or money, look around your environment. The triggers are right there. Clutter makes you anxious. Your phone steals your focus. People drain your energy. Noise kills your clarity. Access to bad habits makes you weak. The solution is simple. Remove the triggers before they remove your progress.
Clear your space. Distance yourself from chaos. Limit access to distractions. When your environment is clean, your mind becomes calm. 3. Build a space that commands respect. Your space must remind you of your goals. A high-quality environment includes clean surfaces, organized shelves, minimal distractions, visible goals, daily routine reminders. A productive work zone, a calming rest zone. Your environment should whisper to you, you have a choice. Stay disciplined. Stay focused. Stay consistent. A room designed for discipline becomes a silent coach. 4. Your environment determines your identity. If your environment is built for laziness, you will feel lazy. If your environment is built for growth, you will feel inspired. If your environment is built for clarity, you will feel powerful. This is identity engineering. Change your environment, your identity changes. Change your identity, your behavior changes. Change your behavior, your results change. This is how transformation works. You don't need motivation. You need a controlled environment that pulls you forward. 5. Control the people in your environment. Nothing affects you more than the people around you. You must protect yourself from constant complainers, aggressive people, gossipers, manipulators, dream killers, financial parasites, emotional chaos, low ambition thinkers. You are not obligated to allow anyone inside your mental space. Say it clearly, I don't need their permission. I don't need their approval. If someone drains your energy, distance yourself. If someone destroys your peace, remove them. If someone interrupts your growth, silence them. This is not cruelty. This is self-respect. 6. Add high discipline reminders to your space. You reinforce your goals by seeing them daily. Place in your environment your vision, your schedule, your financial goals, your discipline rules, your morning routine, your do not break habits, your books, and your skill-building tools. Make your environment impossible to ignore. The more visible your goals are, the more powerful your discipline becomes. 7. Technology control is life control. Your phone can be your biggest tool or your biggest trap. If you cannot control your phone, you cannot control your mind. Do this. Disable notifications. Keep phone away while working. Use screen limits. Follow strict no-phone zones. Remove apps that steal your